Hi.
Hey everybody, my name's Corey. I'm here with Andrew Hockrattle, and we're going to do pop art posters using Generative Recolor and Adobe Illustrator. How are you, Andrew?
I'm great. I'm really excited. This is going to be so fun. I do want to do something a little bit different as we get started. So our moderator, Sam Peterson, I didn't tell you about this, but Sam, I would love to take your submissions, people. If you want your picture to be pop artized, let me know in chat, and I can actually just go to your Behance profile and I can grab your profile picture. But if you want to, let me know and we'll do that on chat today, on stream today, which would be really fun.
That sounds amazing. We would love that. And while we're talking about chat, I just want to say hi to some people. Jack Watson. Hey, Jack. Jack actually hosted me on Adobe Live just a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
We've got Oliver in the chat. Hey. Again, welcome Sam. Welcome Gareth. We're happy to have you guys here. So should we dive in? Do you want to talk a little bit about what you're going to do today?
Yes. So today we are going to be doing pop art posters. This is my website, a little bit of an idea of my work. I like doing stuff that's weird, crazy, a little out there, which is on point with what we're going to be creating today. Lots of texture today, kind of screen print effects.
Yep.
And we'll be using Generative Recolor over in Adobe Illustrator, which is going to be fun.
Can you tell us a little bit about what that is?
Yeah, so Generative Recolor basically is you can create some art and then do a bunch of variations and give it a prompt to say like sunset at midnight.
Ooh.
And it will give you this like gorgeous different color palette and recolor everything. Also, yes, Clever Dylan is saying, I want pop art. Yes, we will make pop art of the top part of a Pop-Tart. Right?
You're making me hungry.
I know, right?
That sounds delicious.
It sounds delicious. So we'll try to do a whole bunch of stuff. If you want to, again, let me know in chat if you want to see your face pop artized. Pop arted?
Pop-artized?
Yeah, sure. We'll say
Pop-arted.
that. Oh, hold please. Hold please. I clicked on the wrong thing, y'all. All right, we're here. There we go. So here I have some pictures of myself. These are me. And I'm just going to delete these.
No? Oh, man.
Well, actually,
I
chat,
like those.
which one do we like the best? 1, 2, or 3, chat? I'll put these side by side and I'll let you pick.
I'm kind of leaning towards the angsty little middle one. You're kind of like slightly looking off screen.
This one here or this one here?
No, the one in the middle.
It does feel angsty.
It's
okay.
angsty. It's a little bit pensive.
All right, let's do it.
Let's see. Well, I don't know.
Oh yeah, chat. What do we say here? 1, 2, or 3. 1 is on the left, 2 in the middle, 3 on the right.
Okay, we've got a lot of votes for 3. So 3 on the right. Gareth and Annika are both saying 3.
Wow, you picked like the most boring one. That's all right. No, it's fine.
I mean,
it's all right.
it's a great photo. All
right, here we go. And hello. I like that there's so many people talking about Pop-Tarts in chat.
Okay, wait. No, Annika just said no. Now it's number 1. Okay, they like the smile.
Okay. All right, we'll do the smile and put that here. So we're gonna do a couple things that are like normal in my process, and that is a lot of vectorizing. So I think it's still called auto trace. It was vectorized at one point. Image trace.
Image trace.
There we go.
Yep.
So I'm actually gonna crop this image in and just go up here. Where are we? Boop, boop. Yes.
Cool. And that's the image trace. Are we using the image trace function right now?
We're just cropping right now. There we go. Okay, so now we're gonna use the image trace. So image trace basically is going to make it vector. So we go into image trace and let's just click on it and see what happens. It's probably not gonna look great right off the bat.
Usually takes a little bit of finagling, like going into the settings and tweaking some things.
Yes, and what's really cool is there's actually new options that just got added to Illustrator to help you understand a little bit better like what it is doing. So that is, wow.
That's actually amazing. Doesn't even look like it's been image traced. Holy moly.
Whoa.
Okay.
That is vector.
Is that what you were looking for?
That's not what I was looking for, but that's crazy that it did that well. So if you want to try different things, you can actually go to presets, and up here you can see that it gives you like options of what you want things to look like.
Okay.
16 colors. I think here we want to maybe do technical drawing. Let's like go through a few of these. So for reference, we are trying to do an Andy Warhol type of portrait, and that looks like this. So it's a lot of like full thresholded kind of looks.
Yeah, it's like very high contrast, just a couple of big bold colors.
Yes. And let's do this. Let's take this into Photoshop first, because I think it'll be easier to get the tones.
Yep.
And then we can bring the black and white in and then trace that there.
Okay, we've got Annika calling you out for your light mode in Illustrator.
Everybody calm down.
Okay,
okay,
people
so
don't like that.
here's my take. Illustrator, I want to focus on everything. I want Illustrator, so like when I work on a project, I am all over the canvas. I'm outside, I'm just everywhere. So I want to be able to just like imagine. When I'm in Photoshop, I'm trying to focus on the photo. I'm gonna get so much hate for this.
No.
And my Photoshop is in dark mode.
My Photoshop is in dark mode too, and everyone makes fun of me for it.
Yes.
Okay, so what's this, like, do people just want it on the light gray setting is I think what everybody seems
Yes,
to have
no,
it
I
on.
want dark mode in Photoshop so I can focus on the photo, and then light mode in Illustrator so that I can really focus on the image.
Okay, I'm not sure I'm following your logic, but
Sorry.
I am trusting you on
Yes,
this.
I want to just like be chaotic in Illustrator. Okay, I'm gonna undo this so I can have the photo and we can take it into Photoshop real quick. Actually, let's stop this so we don't have to wait. I'll just delete it, and then...
So we've got some more people saying hi in the chat. We've got Stein, if I'm saying your name correctly. Everyone in the chat, let us know where you're joining us from. We are in San Francisco right now. I am actually here visiting from Portland, and Andrew is here from Southern California.
Yes.
But we'd love to hear where you guys are coming in from.
All right, we're dragging this into Photoshop. We're in the Photoshop beta here, which we may be in a little bit later to do some generative fill. Yep. But I do want to kind of just show how to do this. All right, so what we're gonna do a few things. We could do threshold here, and I'll just show you what that looks like. So we're going to do an adjustment layer, and if I put threshold on here, that's pretty good actually.
Yeah.
For what I want it to be. And so we can change the threshold so you can see you can make it darker, you can make it lighter.
Yeah, it's definitely giving pop art right now.
It is. So you can go all the way up, all the way down. So I do like this kind of look here.
Yep.
I actually like more of the beard in there, but it is taking out my eyes.
Yeah, you lose the eyes just a little bit, but I still feel like you've got a good amount of eye in there.
But we can change that. So we can actually paint some light in, and as we paint the light in, it's going to change the threshold.
Yep.
So we're gonna make a new layer here, Command-Shift-N, yes, and change this to overlay, and then click Fill with Overlay Neutral Color 50% gray. So now when I hit OK, it does nothing. Basically because overlay is going to increase anything above 50% gray and then decrease anything below 50% gray. If it's at 50%, doesn't do anything.
Gotcha.
So then we will grab the dodge tool, the dodge tool right here, and that is going to help us lighten. And so now when I draw on this gray layer, it starts to lighten those areas.
That's amazing.
And so it'll keep my eyebrows, but all those kind of mid-tones are just getting lightened up quite a bit.
Yep, so for people in the chat who aren't super familiar with Photoshop, dodge and burn are really helpful tools in Photoshop to help you kind of just like add a little bit of lightness or a little bit of darkness. And then you can tweak the settings here and there to get a little bit more of an effect that you're looking for, but it's really helpful. I use them all the time.
All right, I think that that is good. So let's go ahead and I'm just gonna make a copy of this. I'm gonna just copy and paste. This is not the right way. I should save this, but we're being lazy today.
We're working on the fly.
There we go. All right, so now we've got this over in Illustrator and we need to make it a vector.
That already looks so great.
It does. So this will be easy because all I need to do is click here and let's maybe do silhouettes. I mean, regardless of what we do, it's gonna come out black and white. So let's just do silhouettes real quick. And someone's saying, yes, this shirt works very well for this. I intentionally wore this shirt for the pop art.
Look at you. It's almost like you're a professional. You planned this ahead?
Have I done this before?
Have you done this before?
All right, we're gonna try Sketch. Sketch looks a little bit better, but if I wanna tweak the options, you can click on this little options button, which is what I'm gonna do. And then we are going to ignore the white and then increase the amount of paths that we have. Take the corners all the way down, and then noise is like the detail. So I do want that detail in there, so I'm gonna take the noise down. And the threshold won't matter because it is black and white. So in theory, we could have done the threshold here, but it's fine.
I feel like you've got a little bit more control in Photoshop. I think that's what I would have done too.
So expanded, and now check it out. It's vectors.
Wow.
It is all vector points. All right, so let's add in some of this Andy Warhol kind of style. Sorry, I'm jumping so many windows. I'm gonna grab this image just so we have it.
Yeah, that's like a really great sort of color palette to base everything around. And we've got some people in the chat, so let's see. Oliver is in the UK, East Midlands. Stian is in Norway. We've got Sam in Los Angeles, Annika in California. Oh, CA, but that's Canada. Thank you for specifying, because I thought California. Hi, Annika. Gareth in Scotland. Very cool. We got people from all over the place.
All right, I'm gonna do this with my mouse pad, y'all. My actual mouse is being a little glitchy on the board that we have here. So I'm just gonna draw in, and I'm using the brush tool here just to draw a very rough shape. All right, and it doesn't matter what these colors are. So usually it would be like a skin color, but it doesn't matter. We're gonna put everything on top.
Yep.
And then change the blending mode to multiply. Cool.
Wow.
We're gonna keep it pretty blobby, but I'm gonna use the brush tool to kind of just really roughly brush these in because I want it to have weird edges. I don't want it to be clean edges.
Yeah, that kind of also helps with the Warhol-esque effect, is it feels very painted in.
Yes.
Do you know, what was the technique that he used? Was it a certain type of printing?
Screen printing?
Was it screen printing?
I think he did a lot of screen printing.
Yeah, and I know he did, there was one other method that I'm thinking of too, and I think that's kind of what makes his paintings feel so special, is that they are slightly imperfect.
Yes.
There is that like bleed out, there is the colors sort of like meshing over or layering over each other.
Yes. Ooh, I like what's happening here with some of that color overlapping onto the pink.
Yep.
And so I'm trying to keep it to 3 colors. 1, 2, 3. Let's do 3 colors. And kind of just hit all of the points. Let's get my face.
We've got Clever from Deep South Texas in the deep fryer heat. Wow, Clever, how hot is it where you are right now? I almost don't want to know. It's a beautiful like 65 degrees or so in San Francisco, and I'm kind of loving it. And then Clever also says it's actually Blobbart. Oh, Blobbart, but Blobbart?
Blobart.
Blobbart?
I'll take it.
Blobby for short.
Let's do the stripes. And what's cool is because we're working with black and white, like this shirt and all the stripes are gonna look really, really cool.
Yep.
Because I'm gonna break them just down the edge here and make it so that they are different colors on either side. Red there, and then this. And chat, I would ask for color suggestions, but we don't need them because we are gonna be using Generative Recolor here in just a second to make a bunch of options on this kind of illustration that we're creating.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see how this works because I actually haven't used this tool in Illustrator before.
Oh, it's so good. All right, so it's already looking pretty okay. I do want to do a couple things that Andy Warhol often did, and that's like the irises of the eyes would be a color. So I think I'm going to do like a bright color for the eye, and then I'm wearing a hat, which is fine. Let's do the eyes in white. And then maybe we can do, let's just do the eyes in white and see what that looks like.
Yeah, that could give him a nice little pop.
Ooh, and that's gonna give me a great use case to show you a tool that you don't know I'm gonna do yet, but we're making content here.
Exciting.
Planning my content. All right, this is gonna go behind, oh, actually. I'm gonna have to send the color behind there so that this yellow or the white can go behind the black because I need it to make my eye really pop.
Wow, okay, now everyone's telling us how hot it is where they are. Clever, it's 101 degrees on the way to 106.
Ooh.
Sam says, oh no. Tampa, 98, feels like 119, probably because of the humidity.
Pass.
Okay, that looks cool.
All right, that looks pretty cool. So what we're gonna do, oh, and I forgot this little piece up here. Hold, please. And I'm going to change these to not multiply just because I'm going to move them into the background. And then this is a little bit of a lazy way to do it, but I'm just gonna draw a big blob over here and send it to the background, and we'll make this one green.
So that way you've got a background color on top of.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
All right, so we've got 4 colors. I'm gonna make that yellow so we don't have an extra color. All right, so we have 1. We got an option. Let's say our client is like, hey, I wanna do a bunch of options to see what it looks like. So I'm gonna group this. Oh, I don't want that. Why are you grabbing that? You stop that. Oh, it's already grouped together. That's why. There we go. And then we're gonna hold Alt or Option and bring this over and then let go. And that will make a copy of it. And then we can do that again, just hit Control D or Command D.
Love that.
And it will keep making options.
Boom.
All right, so this is where it gets really fun. Chat, what color scheme do we want to see? Give me some keywords of something that might have colors with it. And we're going to select all of our art here and go to Edit, Edit Colors, and then Generative Recolor. Any suggestions from you?
Yeah, you know, I'm thinking like summer beach.
Okay, cool.
Is a color theme I like to
So
see.
all we need to do is type this in, summer beach, and then hit enter and watch what happens.
I'm feeling the summer vibes right now.
Yes. It is going to generate some vibes for me. So we
Ooh.
click here. Oh, that actually just took the colors down a little bit, which is kind of fun.
That's interesting. They're a little bit more muted.
Yes. Let's do maybe like sand in here and maybe like ocean. So as you kind of keep generating these, what it's doing is it's basically finding like photos or images that may have the same kind of vibe as summer beach,
Yep.
and then pulling those colors
In
in.
a color palette. Well, and this is kind of a nice muted option. We've got some other options in the chat that people are throwing out there.
Yes, hit me.
We've got 80s neon, which I think sounds really cool. I'd
Love
be
it.
excited to see that one. And then we've also got Texas Sunset from Sam.
Ooh.
So let's kind of see those. And I like this as sort of a way of seeing, you can display a bunch of different options. And like you said, if you're showing this to a client, then you're able to present a bunch of different options with like several different aesthetics or different tones. So it's good that we've got kind of a broad spectrum.
Yes, and we did 80s style neons. Oh, this is
Ooh,
very
I like that
80s.
purple one.
Yeah, that is very 80s. And so it's super easy to do. And what's cool is all the generations that you do will stay attached to those colors. And so let's do one more. And someone's saying, wow, is this AI? This is Adobe Firefly integrated into Adobe Illustrator here using Generative Recolor. It's just such a fun tool. And there are also presets here. So if you don't know what to do, trippy disco lights will give you some good ones. There's one that's like lavender or something. Let me go back. How do I get back to those? There we go, sample prompts. Lavender Storm. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm liking the purple.
Right? And Texas Sunset was the other one.
I'm curious to see what this one looks like.
Me too.
I've never been to Texas, so I don't know what the sunsets look like over there.
Okay.
That one's
got a
nice.
tan.
Yeah,
Ooh, I like the yellow on the side there.
maybe you got a little crispy in the Texas sun.
I did get a little crispy in the Texas sun. All right, cool. That one. And then I'm going to do one more over here. And this one I am going to do Frozen Winter.
Ooh. Maybe frozen tundra. Can you see what tundra looks like?
Yes, I actually thought about that. And
That
I was like,
feels
I don't
like-
know if it's going to get tundra. Let's see.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's pretty frozen tundra.
It looks quite frozen.
What's happening here? There we go. Actually,
Oh.
okay.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yes. Okay. So what we can do here too, I don't love this one. We both were like, I don't hate it.
Yeah.
But what we can do is we can come into advanced options with that selected, and here's a bunch of options for me to play around with.
Oh,
So,
no way.
right, if there's a certain color that I don't like that I want to change, I can just double click and then change that color, and it will recolor it in my artwork.
Okay.
We also can increase the overall saturation and hues. And actually, let's do this. So I'm gonna come back into my Generative Recolor. And with that selected, you can come into the Recolor panel right here. So not Generative Recolor, just regular Recolor. And you can adjust the saturation. So I want it to be more saturated, so I can click here. And let's take that up. There we go. That's
nice.
what I want,
Okay,
right?
that's better.
And so this color is like a little bit too much for me. I can pull it down and it will give me less of that color.
Gotcha.
So really great way to play around and get some unique color schemes. We also can change, this is, I believe, the hue and brightness. So as I pull that down, it's gonna get darker. As I pull it up, it gets brighter. And I think
Nice.
I want it up here.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. You can refine it on so many different levels and tweak it to something that feels exactly right.
Yes. Cool, we got 5 options in
Oh.
like just a few minutes, which is really cool. Generative Recolor. All right, let's keep going and let's show you, I'll show you a little bit of a different way. Does anyone in our chat want to volunteer to be pop arted? If not, Sam our moderator is going to be the one to do it.
Yeah, was Sam the one who suggested it earlier? Someone I think volunteered. Clever also said, I want mine pop-tartized.
Okay, cool.
Here.
So let me go, I'm gonna go to Behance chat. If we wanna cut back to our headshots real quick, I'm gonna pull up the Behance chat and I'm gonna go to your Behance profile.
Clever Devlin is the name.
net/clever DEV
LYN. DEVLYN.
LYN. Let's see if that is your direct link. Similar? Yes.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna kind of try to grab this. It's not a great size. Let's see if I can grab it. 1 second. Oh, it's gonna grab so many images here. Scroll, 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 scroll. Okay, it is a small picture. That's all right.
Ooh, someone in the chat also suggested pop art of Taylor Swift, which is very relevant to you right now.
Oh, yes. I went to go see Taylor the other night, and so maybe we'll do some Taylor pop art since we have 1989. All right. We have a photo in here of you, Clever. We are going to put that. This is just your Behance profile picture, and we can come back to Illustrator.
Thank you for volunteering, Clever.
Yes, thank you.
I'm sorry it's so hot in Texas.
So let's just go ahead and see what happens without doing Photoshop. We can click on Sketch. It's a little too much for me, but let's go into the options. And so here we can increase the amount of paths that we have. We can take the noise down, which is just the detail. Okay, and then let's take the threshold down a little bit. All right, not doing great.
Clever says, mwahaha, low res.
Yes.
Might be a little too low res for us.
It might be a little too low res. Okay, I'm gonna try to take it into Photoshop real quick and see if that helps.
But I also love Mitzi's suggestion of doing Taylor Swift, so if we need a backup, we can do that.
I do love me some Taylor.
If anyone's got like other suggestions, if you don't want your profile picture used, then maybe we could throw out other names. We could do a celebrity pop art. Famously, Marilyn Monroe is kind of like the most popular pop art that Andy Warhol did.
Yes. Okay, we're gonna do something a little different here. What I'm gonna do is we're gonna do layers of this one, and that will like help stack it. So a little bit of a different way of doing pop art is we're just gonna make copies of threshold at different levels. So like that's one level, and then here maybe is the next level. And I'm just making little screenshots of each one. Next level will be here, and I think those 3 might be good. So I'm gonna bring all 3 of these into Illustrator real quick.
Okay. And then you're gonna stack them on top of each other?
Yes, and we'll do kind of like just a layered version of it.
Yep, so if you highlight the black or white of each one, then you can add color to it and then layer them on top of each other.
Yes,
gotcha.
Yeah. So we're basically just gonna do sketch image traces of each of these, and you can see that they'll start kind of breaking out here.
Let's see, we've got another volunteer in the chat. We might have another good portrait that we could use too.
Okay, love that. Also, Sam, if there's a better way for people to get us like a headshot or a portrait, let me know. I don't know if we have like any way to get them to you, but if there is. All right, so what we're gonna do is we need to start the back with a light color. So we're gonna start the back with just like this hot blue. Then on top of that, we need a little bit of a darker color. And so here, maybe I'll do like this green, and then on top we need a really dark color, and so this is going to be like a purple. So I'm going to put all of these centered, aligned to the bottom.
Yep, that align tool really comes in handy.
Get over here, wrong artboard. All right, we're gonna have to align some of this manually, but we're gonna change all of this to multiply. All right, the blue-green's not crazy. Let's move this over here. All right, we're getting closer. This is giving Solo Cup.
It is. It's kind of that like 80s neon again.
Yes.
Those similar sort of like aqua colors.
Yes.
Purples, greens.
So I'm gonna try to find something to line up here. I'm gonna line up those 3 dots over here. There we go. Oh, this is the darkest one. Sorry, this is here. Let's line up the mouth. All right, that's pretty close right there.
Yeah.
All right, very pop art. So let's go ahead and make some copies of this and see what it looks like using Generative Recolor. Where do you want to start? Let's do Taylor Swift songs.
Lavender Haze.
I was gonna say Taylor Swift songs with colors in them. This is gonna be just like a test for us. So let's do Lavender Haze.
Is it cheating if I look it up?
No.
Swift songs with colors. Maroon, obviously.
Yes. Okay, this one's cool. And so because they're stacked and they're multiplying, it's going to give us the tones that we want, regardless of what colors, because it is multiplying and stacking those colors on each other. So here, I think maroon is a good one.
She had a lot of...
What are the lyrics in maroon? It's like burgundy and like wine. So let's do like maroon, spilled wine.
Spilled red wine?
Yes, that's it. Spilled red wine. Okay. This is my favorite. Okay. Okay. Yes, I like the monochrome that's happening. That gets too dark.
Yeah, that one's nice.
That was good. Let's do one more here.
I don't know. Snow on the beach? Is that?
Snow
I feel
on
like
the
that's
beach.
kind of an evocative. We are kind of repeating the tundra one, winter tundra, but.
Oh, I'm here for snow on the beach. Oh, this is very snow on the beach.
I like that.
I actually like these colors a lot. So if I like those colors a lot, with this selected, I can actually come up to my swatches panel and click on this folder, and I can name this Snow on the Beach.
Oh, nice.
And check it out. All those colors are in here now. What's even better is I can select this one, right? So we had two that were really similar. These two are really similar. And so I like the Snow on the Beach down here. So what I'm gonna do is just grab this and then go to Edit, Edit Color, Recolor Artwork. So not Generative Recolor this time.
Okay.
We're gonna go to Advanced Options, lots of steps here. And then all we need to do is click on Snow on the Beach and watch what happens. It applies those colors.
Oh, amazing.
So it'll group colors that are similar if you don't have enough in the palette.
Yep.
And then it will place those colors onto the composition.
So then are you able to reorder the colors so that they're...
Yes.
Okay.
So if I wanted to, like this could come down here. This could go here. And if we wanted our blacks to be a different color, all we need to do is click on the arrow right here, and it is going to add it to the current harmony. We say yes. And now the black is a color, so I can click here and drag that down.
I see, and switch out the black.
Yes. So we want something like that. And then what's
really
cool is if I
nice.
don't know what I want, I can randomly change color order and just click through this, and it will randomly shift all the colors until
Okay.
I land on one that I like.
Nice. You got some good options in here. That like inverted effect is a little bit...
I like this one. I'm not
like
mad
that
about
one too.
this. Let's see if that light blue goes to dark blue. These switch. Yeah. All right, so super easy way to recolor a whole bunch of things. And again, explore different options. If you have something with a ton of colors, it's really easy to just be like, boom, let's see this with different orientations. And actually, I'm going to go to Adobe Stock because I downloaded a good illustration that will be a test for this. How do I get to my license history? There we go.
Oh, we've got someone clever suggesting pina colada colors.
Ooh.
That sounds really nice too. Or margarita, or whiskey, or Kool-Aid.
Love a pina colada, or whiskey, or Kool-Aid. Where is this illustration? It's like a groovy, funky illustration. We'll get there. I license a lot of things. All right, this one. So I'm just gonna download this real quick. Boop. And then open it over in Illustrator. There we go. So this has a bunch of colors, right? And you've probably used with Adobe Stock before, and you've gotten something like this.
Yep.
And so what we can do is we select it all, edit, edit colors, recolor artwork.
And is this a vector that you downloaded from
This
Adobe
is a
Stock?
vector,
Okay.
yes.
So that's
Yeah.
cool. That's good to know.
So we don't have to really, do anything. And right here, we don't even have to go to advanced options. Change order randomly,
Wow.
right?
That's amazing.
And then you can get a ton of different variations. And what's cool is like, there's problems with this one that some of the things that need to be light, like are getting switched to dark.
Yeah.
And so if we wanted to, we can undo this and then go into that advanced options, edit colors, recolor artwork, go to advanced options. And we can just make sure that this black gets taken out of the color harmony by clicking on that little arrow. And now when I shift them, why is it changing that black? It should not be changing that black. Oh,
Well,
there's a dark gray in there
There's also
too.
dark too.
Okay, come on.
So then you've got certain colors that you can make stick so that those are
Yes.
consistent and the rest of them change up.
Yes. Okay, so neither of those. And now when I switch them, Why are you still switching the black in there?
There's also, I think, is there still a darker color up there?
I'm screaming. Let's move this down here. You know what? Anyway.
We get the point.
The idea
It's
is
very cool.
there, yes. And while we're at it, let's generative recolor here. Somebody had said pina colada.
Yeah, I think pina colada would be a cool one for this.
Pineapple. I'm gonna add pineapple. Pineapple. Okay.
Apple.
With an E?
Yeah, like apple, but with pine in front of it.
Okay, there. I'm hurting.
Has it been a long week?
It has.
Yeah.
It has.
I mean, after you see Taylor Swift, I feel like you're pretty much brain dead for the rest of the week.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, pineapple.
Oh, interesting.
This is very pineapple, actually. I know that it's not like what we're looking for.
Yeah, it's
but
not
it
what
is very pineapple.
It's pineapple, but it's not what I would have imagined.
Yes.
I was kind of imagining more like tropical colors.
Yes. The one that's been getting me, I did one that was like good yellows. I think it was burned banana.
Oh.
I did this the other day because I was trying to think of like, I wanted like a deep yellow.
Yeah.
Yes. Like these are gorgeous colors.
Yeah, I'm liking the more neutrals.
Yes. So anyway, recolor.
That's really cool.
Recolor magic.
And so it does it need to be an expanded or an image traced image to do the recolor?
It does need to be vector.
Okay.
But you can do it the opposite way. So if you want to give me, we're gonna go to adobe.com, or sorry, stock.adobe.com/free, and chat, give me literally anything. Anything, any word, anything.
Like any kind of image. So you're looking for a photograph, an illustration.
Yep, any kind of photograph or anything. I'm gonna show you how you can use, we're using generative recolor to come up with a color scheme. And I'm gonna show you kind of the idea that generative recolor is doing. Somebody said prickly pear.
Prickly pear sounds cool. That could also be a really cool color theme too.
Prickly pear. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to Adobe Stock here, and prickly pear, I like the colors that are happening on this photo, right? So let's say we like the colors in this photo. I can license it, and then we're gonna bring it over into Illustrator real quick. And this is just a JPEG, so no vectors, just regular JPEG.
And Adobe Stock free images are really helpful for people to know of because you can just go down, you can download any of them, you can use them any case you want, as many times as you want.
Yes, and all you need to do is add the /free. So we're gonna select our art right here, go to Edit, Edit Colors, Recolor Artwork, and a new tool that is not Generative Recolor, Color Theme Picker.
Okay.
We're gonna tap on that, and then we select our photo right here, and it's pulling colors from that photo.
Okay.
Right, and so you can see the palette down here, and it took way too much of the dark, right? So all I need to do is pull that down. Don't want so much of the dark, and I want more of these colors to come through.
So what is that you're adjusting right there?
Yeah, so this is adjusting the prominent colors in my composition. And so I want the kind of most of the color to be one of these, right? So I don't want it to be super dark, and so I'm gonna pull this red down, and it gives me more of that orange.
Gotcha, so it's prioritizing that orange over that red.
Yes, exactly. And so when I come in here, we do want to change the brightness a little bit, and so I'm going to increase that, and you'll see that it's matching a little bit better over here.
Nice, yeah. I really like that kind of like reddish, the color of the prickly pear itself, I like that. I want there to be like more of that in the...
I agree. And so we can pull this like redness. Actually, let's switch this to get red maybe on, ooh. Oh, it's pulling a lot of different colors from there.
That's nice.
Ooh, I didn't realize that it would do that. So it is sampling all of the colors, and then as you shuffle them, it's grabbing the other colors from there, which is really cool.
Okay, cool.
I love this green. That green's really nice. And so again, if I like this color palette, I click on the little folder, and now we have our prickly pear color palette.
Beautiful.
That we can apply to whatever else we want.
Thanks, Clever.
Actually,
yeah.
let's do this. So let's say that we have this illustration now. We can apply our other color palette. Right here, color group, boop, and now we have our color palette here. Look at that, magic.
Wow, I like that a lot.
It's magical. Okay, let's do some animation here. So I'm gonna take one of these and we are gonna animate a portrait of me. We're gonna do like the pop art, but we're gonna make it like bouncy.
Okay.
Where like all the different color pieces kind of like are blobby and bounce around.
Cool. Okay. Love that.
We're gonna start over and I'm gonna do just a new document in Illustrator. I'm gonna grab my portrait out of Photoshop. No, no, yes. Actually, you know what, chat? It's time for a new one. There we go.
Yes. Angsty portrait.
Angsty. I'm like thinking, this is me judging you. That like you've made a decision and you're like, Andrew, what do you think? This is the face
like,
that I make.
Like you might not be saying it, but you're thinking it.
Yeah, like I support you, but like I am disappointed.
But you have some doubts.
Yes. All right, so we're gonna do the same trick, just overlay, and then I'm going to brighten up those eyes.
We're using that dodge tool again.
There's some harsh shadows. All right, yeah, there we go.
There we go.
Let's not show the world how tired I am. All right, pull this. Actually, yeah, let's pull it there. So what I'm gonna do this time is I'm gonna kind of do much more blobby so that I can show you how to animate this. Oh, it's us.
Oops, sorry about that.
Chad, that was you. It was us on the stream with a stream. All right, 1080 by 1080. I want to do one artboard, and that's me. So what's cool is I actually liked, I didn't save it. All right, I'll show you how to do it in this time around. So what we can do is you can actually save your settings to have like your own preset. So I have one down here. Oh.
So you can make an image trace setting specifically. So if you've got similar types of images, then you don't need to recreate from scratch every single time.
So I have one, that's not loaded on this computer, that is just called halftone. And it's what I use all the time to get like a really crispy halftone. So we'll start with one of these settings. We'll just do like a technical drawing. Oh, that's gonna be strokes. I don't want that, I want fills. So we'll do sketch, sure. And then down here, all these options we're gonna play around with. So mode, black and white, absolutely. Ignore color. So if we don't want to trace a color and we want to keep a background, we can ignore that color.
Ooh, and I wonder, is that a new feature? Because I don't think I've seen that before.
That is a new feature.
I like that.
It is. So you can keep a color. And that way, if you have like a pink background, instead of having to be on white, it'll just kill the pink background for you.
Nice.
So yeah, you're basically saying like, hey, auto trace everything except for that. Paths, I'm gonna take all the way up, really, really high. Corners, all the way down. That just means you can have sharp corners. And noise is the amount of detail. So I usually set this at 3, and that gives us this nice little kind of detail on the edges.
That's awesome.
You also can click simplify. That won't look good for this. Simplify is gonna give us less anchor points, which is important. Anchor points here, we can set the minimum and the maximum. So when we simplify and take it down, it's gonna look real wobbly.
That does look a little funky.
I look so judgy there.
It's like somehow you got more judgy.
I got more judgy. Snap lines to curves, we don't care about any of that stuff. Info, this doesn't matter. It's just telling us how many anchor points there are just so you can mentally prepare for what's about to happen to your computer. And then we can go to expand. So I believe that I can come over here and do save as new preset. And I'm gonna do halftone, and now it is in the list of presets right here.
Cool.
So steal these settings. If anyone needs them, you can use them. And then I am going to expand this. Where did my expand go?
Yeah, and I know we're covering a lot, so if people in the chat have questions about anything, or if you want us to go back and revisit something, or if you've got a question for Andrew, feel free to drop it in the chat, because we're going through a lot of things with that tool right now.
There is a lot. So I'm gonna make all of this one object, and the way I'm gonna do that is just grab it and then go to Window, open my Pathfinder, and Unite. Now it's all one object. And I'm thinking right now, I'm going to take this into Adobe Express. And so we are going to use Generative Recolor to do some recolor on this. Then we are going to take it into Adobe Express and animate it so that each of the pieces kind of move around.
Very cool.
And this time, just to have more colors, we are going to do, let's do a background. So we're gonna do a background here, and then we're also going to do some more like of that Warhol kind of makeup look. And so I'm gonna grab and just drag out a really, really rough background here.
Yeah, nice kind of like graphic-y outlined background.
Yes.
And so if we've got anyone who's joining us in this live stream, just joining us, I'm sitting here with Andrew. We are doing pop art inspired posters, Andy Warhol pop art inspired posters, and we're using Generative Recolor and Adobe Illustrator. If you've got any questions about how this stuff works, we are here to answer questions for you. We're walking you through all the kind of like tips and tricks that Andrew uses to make these really cool posters.
All right, red, sure. And I'm just kind of mapping out spots. I know that I'm gonna wanna do this shirt size, and this time I'm using the pen tool because I want like weird hard edges.
Yeah, kind of like funkier shapes.
Yes.
A little bit more geometric.
Yes, and what we'll actually do, we'll see how it looks after I fill these in. I may round all these corners. So I do that very often if I want a unique style, is I will draw very rough with the pen tool like this, and then go back and round out all the corners using an effect. So here, let's go ahead and do that Andy Warhol thing where we do like the harsh eyeshadow and then even like a cheek and like a lip or something.
Yeah, maybe like a little blush cheek.
Yes.
We've got someone saying, Oscar says, Andrew, turn yourself into a Campbell's can.
A what?
Campbell's, like the soup can?
Oh, yes.
Campbell's soup can?
Absolutely.
That's actually kind of the color palette that you're working with right now.
It has accidentally happened. You're so right. All right.
That would be a cool color suggestion to type into the AI too and see what comes out.
Yeah, what would be interesting is Firefly doesn't recognize IP, like any intellectual properties, and so it wouldn't recognize Campbell's, but it could get soup can.
Could get soup can. Like
so we can try
soup
soup can, yeah.
Barbara, thank you for just joining us. You are welcome to lurk on the stream anytime, but I'm happy you're saying hi in the chat. Barbara, where are you joining us from? If you can drop it in, we'd love to hear from you. We've got people from Belize. We've got people from Providence, Rhode Island, South Kingston, people from all over the place.
All right, so let's do some like thick graphic, big bold blue here, as if I was wearing some kind of like crazy shadow.
Very Maryland.
Very Maryland. That's the color we want. There we go. And I have very hooded eyes. I wish that I had more space to work with, but I live with what I've dealt. All right. Here, sisters, not twins. There we go, got it. All right, and then let's do like a rosy cheek, maybe.
Maybe like a little soft pink.
Yes. This one. All right, cool. Down here.
Nice, I've got the contoured cheekbone there that you're drawing on.
Gotta have it. All right, so that's there, looking fine. Let's go ahead and make everything different colors real quick. So let's do a bunch of colors. So we got yellow, we wanna do green, we wanna do red, and then this top part is going to be a different shade. All right, everything is a different color.
Nice.
Looks pretty good. So let's do a generative recolor here just to see what happens. We don't have any orange. Cool. And then I'm gonna bring the black, which is like the harsh lines, all the way to the front. And I do that by just clicking and then right-clicking and going to Arrange, Bring to Front.
Cool.
That's pretty good.
Wow, that looks great.
It does. I'm actually gonna grab like some of this texture here, because I think it's really interesting, and just throw it up in the corner to give us some extra,
Yep.
right?
Yeah, I like that.
There's a couple of these. Oops.
And you used the direct selection tool to grab that off of your shirt?
I did, okay. Yes. Yeah. So direct selection, and then I'm going to do the same thing and just kind of bring this over here. Just kind of move them around. And they're actually individual pieces, which is nice.
That's really cool.
All right, let's not overlap these. Let's like actually make this cool.
Yeah, I'm loving this pattern.
I am not mad about this at all. And what's cool is I'm gonna group each side of these. Actually, I'm not gonna group these.
Because then you can animate them.
Because then I can animate them individually to like wiggle and jitter. All right, so we're gonna save this and we're gonna do this as Warhol Andrew. We're saving this directly as an Illustrator file. So now I'm going to go to new.express.adobe.com, important. and just click Start from Your Content. So as me, being a creative professional, I work a lot in Illustrator and sometimes want to take it other places. And so I can grab my AI file, hit enter, and it is going to evaluate that. I thought it said evaluating your life. I was like, same.
Well, oh my God, I read that as evaluating.
Right? It looked like it said evaluating
no.
your life, and I was like, am I about to get judged?
Is it calling me out right here?
So now we click open an editor and check it out. Boom. Right? My exact Illustrator file now over here. And when I click on it, you can see that it is grouped, so I can ungroup. And now I have every single piece is its own individual piece, which is really cool. So this is where we get into the fun. We are going to animate all of these shapes that I made, and I made them intentionally so that we could animate. Is we're going to click on animation, and instead of animating in, actually, yeah, let's do in. So in, we are going to have it tumble.
That's kind of cool.
From the left. Yeah. And then once it's in here, I want it to wiggle a little bit. So I'm going to go wiggle and maybe increase that speed. And the intensity can go down, so just a little wiggle. Cool.
Yep, that's very pop arty.
It is. So we're going to do this on the other side as well. We're going to come in, and I think we did tumble to the right. And then we also did wiggle with, I believe it was those settings. So I think it kept the same settings. All right, we're gonna do maybe my face. This one, we aren't going to do an in animation. We're just going to have it wiggle. All right, let's play that and see what it looks like.
Kind of subtle.
It is.
Which I mean, I don't mind the subtlety.
I don't either, and I actually don't like these falling in. It feels like a little too much.
Yeah, it's a little distracting.
All right, deleted. Really subtle on the green back here. Again, loop in a little wiggle. Animation, wiggle. I think I need my cheeks. And I might actually multiply this. It's actually, I don't think it's gonna look good if I multiply it. It'll disappear, yeah. Will overlay do anything? I think it also will, So we'll just animate these, and I'm gonna animate them separately, not as a group. Wiggle. Did that just move? Was that just me?
Oscar said it's sort of giving Roy Lichtenstein with the dot screen patterns.
Oh, it is giving Lichtenstein.
Yep, I think like that kind of the stripe pattern in the background especially.
Yes, how much time do we have? I'll show you how to do Lichtenstein as well.
So we're at 12:47 right now, so we're gonna be signing off in a bit.
Yeah, I can do it in 5 minutes. All right, wiggle here, and then this piece up here also is going to get a wiggle, and I think we'll be done. So now let's play and watch what happens. Is it just playing that one? No, it needs to play the whole thing. There we go.
Nice.
Hold on. What's happening here?
What was the cheek doing?
Wiggle. It was bouncing up and down. It was floating instead of wiggling. Cool.
Nice.
So we brought this illustration to life in like, what, 5 minutes? Super easily, super quickly. And it just adds that extra layer to your design. And so now we can download it, post it as a video, which is a really great way to kind of bring things out. All right, Lichtenstein. Let's do some Lichtenstein. The way that we would do that, here's what I would do. I would do 3 different levels of threshold, right? So we're here. Let's do 3 different levels.
What are you thinking?
I'm trying to think how to Lichtenstein this. Let's do it all in Illustrator. We can do it in Illustrator. We can do it in Photoshop. There's a bunch of different ways to do it. So we'll do it all here. Pretty much only so I can show you the tool where you can ignore a color. So we're gonna grab this here, I'm gonna shrink it down, and then we are going to do a trace of this. And I'm gonna make a couple copies just to the side, just so I have them.
Yeah.
And let's go ahead and do our halftone. And then we are going to bring that threshold way down, probably down a little bit more. There we go. And we can have it ignore that green color. So let's go here, eyedropper, ignore that green color. It's already thresholded and we are doing black and white, but if we were doing this in color, so full tone color, it is going to do a lot of colors on my face, but it should ignore that green in the background when we're talking about ignoring a color.
Yep.
And.
Hmm.
And.
Moment of truth.
There we go. Oh, why aren't you ignoring the green? Get that out of here. I don't know why it's not. Oh, did it? Oh, okay. We've made mistakes. There we go.
Okay.
It's ignoring that color. Not what we want. We're just going to delete that whole one and then bring this back over here. So I'm going to do 3 different thresholds here. And the first thing I'm going to do is go to Effect. We're going to go to Stylize. Where is it? Distort. Nope. Texture. I'm looking for Color Halftone.
Oh, where is color halftone? Is that?
Distort. Pixelate. There we go. Go to Color Halftone. And I'm just going to hit Enter here, and it's going to grab us a color halftone. I probably want those to be a little bit bigger. So let's go Pixelate, Color Halftone, and I'm going to change the size to like 15.
Sounds like really big.
There we go. And so now we can come in here and do our little halftone. And that is going to halftone trace this with that effect attached.
So it should give you a bunch of the little dots.
It will give me a whole bunch of those little dots.
And Oscar in the chat is also saying there's a Photoshop, probably bitmap option that you could also use if you wanted to.
Yep, yeah, we could totally do that as well. So this is getting a little bit too dark for me. And so I'm actually going to make a copy of it. So I'm going to do a very light one. And then I'll make a copy of it and paste in place. Go to Edit and Paste in Place. It's going to paste exactly on top. And now I make this one a little bit more. And then we'll do one more. So copy, paste in place. And then the third one is going to be very, very dark. So now we're going to expand. And the background one is going to be this pink. Then the next one is going to expand. And this one is going to be maybe a green. And then we'll send it back. And then we do want that black on top. Actually, let's make this one red. Let's grab one of those black pieces right there. No, grab the black one. Oh, I didn't expand it. That's what happened. I'm fired. All right, and red. We zoom out, and now we got this really trippy kind of
cool
Liechtenstein-ish, not fully on trend, but close.
Looks good.
Yes, and if we multiply all these down, it actually will blend a little bit better. Pretty cool. And then we get those darks.
Cool.
Magic. And actually what I like to do is you can do CMYK with this. So the top, you can make cyan. And then you can do yellow. And then do pink. Right there. And then we could add a block on top, and that's going to give you like really close to what the photo should look like.
Yeah, that's amazing. I'd be curious to see what this looks like animated in Express too. It might be like a little bit wild, but
this would look wild.
It would be like maybe a little bit too trippy, but
it'd be a little bit too trippy. Let's see what happens. It's gonna break. It's gonna be too big. So Express has a limitation on the size of the Illustrator file you can upload.
Gotcha.
And with this many anchor points, it's just gonna say no, and it's gonna kick us out. But let's hop back over to Express real quick. Oh, chat, you're not gonna be able to hear it. But we could add music if we wanted to. We can go to Media, and there's a ton of audio and video if we wanted to put over this. And so let's actually do this. Let's do crumpled paper. Yeah, and then put this video over the whole thing.
So just a heads up, we're gonna be tuning out in just a couple minutes here. So I don't know, Andrew, do you wanna kind of like give a really quick recap on what you've done?
Let's do it. So I'm gonna multiply this video real quick. And so now this is a video playing over our animation.
That's amazing.
Right?
That took it to the next level.
It took it to the next level.
Yeah.
It's very like
that.
80s Madonna, like, I love this. Okay, so you can do all those things in Adobe Express. What we did today is we created some pop art portraits. I'm sorry we didn't do pop art of the top part of a Pop-Tart. Didn't get to Pop-Tarts. But we did do Generative Recolor to do a bunch of options on some pop art for us. These could be profile pictures. It could be just a fun print that you want to make for friends. Or you could use this workflow for an actual client to show a bunch of different options.
Yep.
We then took this and kind of played around a little bit more, and we pulled a color palette out of a photo using the Recolor feature and the color picker From there, we came over here and we created this fun little portrait Andy Warhol style pop art, and each of these were their own pieces. So that we brought it over here into Adobe Express, we could animate all those pieces and create like a really unique animated version of our design, which is really cool.
It's amazing. And you did all of this in less than an hour.
All this in less than an hour, and we could add music, we could add voiceover to this. You can do so much more in Adobe Express. It's a really, really powerful tool.
Very cool. Wow. Well, thank you so much, Andrew.
This is fun.
This was a lot of fun. I feel like I learned a lot too.
Yes.
So I'm like really looking forward to kind of experimenting around and playing around with this tool a little bit more.
Yes, and I'm looking
Illustrator.
forward to learning from you in about 3 minutes. So stick around, everybody. We're gonna be switching spots and doing another stream. What are you working on next?
So I'm going to use the generative AI tool in Adobe Photoshop to make an outside lands poster. We've got outside lands coming up in San Francisco here in a couple days, and so I'm going to be making a poster, and I'm going to be using that generative AI tool, which is a brand new tool in Photoshop Beta, to build a poster.
Stick around. We're gonna hang out. We'll see you in 3 minutes. Bye, everybody. Oh, see you in 5 minutes. Sorry, I lied. Bye. Camera 2.